recordings of lectures were made and often allowed students who would have struggled otherwise to access the course materials also. And we graduated more than 500 students, the entire batch, online. So there were lots of challenges, and I think Ashoka did exceptionally well, and we did exceptionally well at dealing with these challenges, and who also served on one of the two online teaching committees that Ashoka created. I can say that both administratively and academically, our transition to online teaching was quite an experience. The transition to online teaching was, of course, rushed. But as I said, I think we managed it really well, and particularly call out or shout out to all those faculty members who have never done this before and who quickly adjusted to this new setting and learned how to teach online, how to interact creatively with their students, how to record their lectures, how to deal with this very different setting. One project, and I just have to mention it because it was so lovely, assignment was the creative project. In the creative project, I asked students to take a set of texts and pick something that they want to illustrate, that they want to highlight from these texts, and then transfer whatever it is that they want to express to a different medium. So that can be sculpture, it can be a short story, it can be a poem, it can be a song, it can be a stop motion movie, it can be a dance. So really, sky's wide open, right? Everything, whatever they anyway have in terms of background skills, they can bring it to bear on the class material. And every time I do this, the response is just amazing. It was amazing again. I got dance movies. I got someone who is a student who is very interested in role-play games, who picked the authors that we had discussed and made the role-play games, gaming cards, with featuring these authors. And in the information, you could tell, right, the information given on these cards, you could tell that the student really understood how these authors stood vis-a-vis other authors with respect to their philosophical positions. And so this was just incredibly creative and fun to look at. There are a lot of things that you can do when teaching online that you can't do in person, and that actually really enrich the students' learning experience. And if we focus on those, then I think this is really going to be a great medium until we meet again on campus. The anecdote that I found really moving was for the YAF class that I taught in the summer. And I had 75 students, and most of the time I didn't see many of them. Right? I would see my two TFs, and I would see myself in the Zoom screen, in the setup, but very few students had their videos on. They did participate, right, in the chat box or by way of talking, but I didn't see them. And so in the last class, we had, I should say, the online participation was not mandatory, right? So people did not have to attend the classes because all of it was recorded and made available, so that people whose internet connection wasn't that great could then, or perhaps fluctuating, could then access this later. But there was a sizable number of students there. So near the end, everyone was, getting teary-eyed and happy that the class was over and that it had been a wonderful class, really, and quite eye-opening for many of them who had never thought philosophically about love and friendship. And again, as I said earlier, in these sort of challenging times, this is a good topic to think about. So everyone said their thank yous and so on. And then what happened was that almost everyone sort of unmasked their students, and I got to see everyone. I think for the first time, I saw all the students moved and somehow happy that they had managed this situation, that they had gone through the seminar, that they had taken so many valuable lessons out of them. And for me, this was just an incredibly moving moment when I got to see my students. So that, the lesson here is, of course, and I said this before, that of course we all want to come back to campus and teach in person. But teaching online has its distinctive, affords a distinctive set of opportunities, and we fully intend to make full use of those to create a learning experience for our students that is unmatched.